Craziest price target for Opendoor is 82. Now it's 5, guys, okay? So big things happen. We will talk about all of that and much more here in this video.
Welcome to the game, I'm the wolf of Dubai.
Welcome to a brand new video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Danny and I'm looking for stocks that can go absolutely nuts. And I feel with Opendoor that can happen. It's not my first rodeo. I made this with Tesla, Palantir, and Nvidia. And, my subscribers don't even house in an apartment. So maybe it's something that you should look into. But also, I want to make sure that you check out xnDayTrading.com because this is my own trading group where we use our software so our professional traders can send your portfolio the trades to buy and sell. Nothing to do from your end. You just switch on the software. We do the rest, okay? And we are absolutely killing it. 3 weeks without losing a trade. We have, I don't know how many testimonials you need to feel comfortable, 10 or 100, because we have thousands, okay? As you can see here, people recommending other friends that join. We have people that ask if they can put even more than $100,000 to trade with us. We have people that we made 50% on their account already in like the first couple of months. So there's a lot of different, there's people that made $7,000 in a day. Like there's so many success stories that make sure to schedule a call with me on xnDayTrading.com. And in 15 minutes, maybe it's something for you. And if it is, then maybe, we get together to be family, okay? So now I want to show you the first clip. It's by Eric Jackson, who is like a hedge fund manager, and he did something which he became famous for, okay? So he invested into Carvana when it was a couple of bucks and then went up to 400. And he believes that with all he learned about Carvana trade, that he thinks that Opendoor is the next. Here we go.
Well, let's start with Opendoor. So this is an idea that is currently in motion. Like it's not early, or you think it's early, but it's already gone up a lot. You're already right. So you sent it. What was the tweet that he sent at 88 cents?
I don't know. You tell us. What was it?
Well, I
Get it, motherfuckers.
I just wrote out like it was some like 8 or 9 thread.
You said this. You said $82.
Yeah, that was the Babe Ruth call my shot moment. I was like, this thing is going to go to $82 a share in 3 years.
Let's just start with the reaction. You have people that know you at that point, but you have a lot more people that know you now. Right? But then you have people like me who know you from your past life as a very buttoned up activist investor. No, but you're a guy, like you're a legit guy. So I've never seen you do anything like that. Be like this 80-cent stock's going to $82. I think people thought maybe that you were hacked. Mm-hmm. Like people that know you for a long time know you're like just an all-around good guy, calm. That's the midlife crisis-y part to me. I'm like, oh, this guy's lost his mind.
Oh, yeah. No, I got DMs from like...
All right. So I'm not the only one that had
Adam
that.
Feuerstein, who used to write at the street.com.
The scam buster of biotech stocks.
He's like, honestly, Eric, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, I don't want to pry. I don't want to pry, but like... Seriously, I want to check in on you.
Did Herb Greenberg come at you?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't hear from her, but I heard from lots of people, obviously. Lots of hate. People thought it was crazy and thought it was ridiculous. And I had no shame.
No, I thought the stock was going to work, but I honestly do think it is crazy because iBuying, you know a lot more about it than I do at this point, but I feel like it was an experiment that failed. Now, granted, it was in the absolute worst possible environment. iBuying in a housing bubble, probably not a great business. We found out. But I think
Zillow threw in the towel.
But I think we also learned
on iBuying.
But didn't we also learn that you kind of need people involved? Because I remember vividly one story that came out was some dude who's like, this house next to me, there's a gigantic barking dog in the backyard neighbor, and this house was on the market for 3 years because everybody knows that the neighbor's dog is impossible, will never stop barking. And Opendoor came in and bought it and sold it a year later for $100,000, whatever the case was. And it was like, yeah, you kind of need people to do this. Mm-hmm. So why do you think that this is a business model that makes sense in the real world?
Well, why I did all of those things is like a combination of just like my own mistakes from the past. And so like learning from the mistake of not owning enough Carvana and not getting into Carvana early enough, not calling my shot with Carvana. Well, I mean, I guess I did, but I wasn't very precise on this podcast. I didn't say Carvana was going to go back to $400. And I mean, the two models of Carvana and Opendoor were very similar. So Carvana doesn't make most of its money from buying and selling cars. It's like iBuying for cars. They don't make money from that. They make money from finance and interest. 80% plus of their EBITDA margin that they have today.
And there are
is
a
all
lot of
from
great
finance
stocks that are just like
interest.
that type of thing.
So
Yeah.
I always believed, and it was part of the original tweet thesis for Opendoor, is like they got to do mortgage and title, for sure. Like that's where they're going to make their money. There's a reason why there's two guys who own NBA teams who run mortgage companies.
That's United Wholesale Mortgage, which is Matt Ishbia.
Yeah.
And then Dan Gilbert, Rocket, which I'm long.
Right.
You probably think that Opendoor is going to compete with Rocket. Is that part of your thesis?
I think Rocket's a great
Because
company.
we will rock you.
I think I have another company, Better, that's more of a direct competitor to Rocket.
We'll crush that shit too.
But Rocket, the reason to be bullish on mortgage companies and the housing market and American housing is
the worst environment ever right now. How could it get worse?
We're at the beginning of the rate cut cycle. It's a huge market. Rocket, as big as you think of it as this gorilla, it's only got a 6% market share of in the whole country.
Compete with every bank in the country for starters.
So there's an opportunity for everybody at the table to kind of get in there, and these guys, Dan.
So, but tell me more about what you just said. Opendoor scores the same on your model as Carvana did. I'm not saying give us the whole AI formula, but like, what are the important things if you're out there looking for 100 baggers? What are the things that you're looking for?
Well, there's a bunch of technical things you can look for. So there are signs of capitulation in the stock and just seller exhaustion and things like that.
Check.
And there's signs like getting above a certain moving average that makes sense for that particular stock, which you should.
Because it tells you the narrative has changed amongst investors.
Right.
Yeah.
From a fundamental perspective, there's a major re-rating that happens when companies go from money losers to money makers. And so people thought that Carvana was going to go bankrupt, right? Because they couldn't make money and they couldn't keep up with their debt. And then suddenly they were able to shift and show that, we can make like a decent EBITDA margins here.
That forces bears to reevaluate whether or not they want to stay on the short side.
Right.
And then that alone could trigger upside momentum, which attracts new investors.
Yeah. And now short covering is another factor that you would look at.
Yeah.
Like everybody loves to go through all the most shorted stocks, and just because a stock is heavily shorted doesn't necessarily
many with good reasons.
Yeah,
so Opendoor reports in 5 minutes, and then by God, I really hope this doesn't get awkward. I swear to God, if this gaps down 30%, I'm just gonna leave and feel very bad. But how are they doing fundamentally? Like, I know it's very, very early. The CEO just left. We're gonna hear from the new one. Is this a viable company?
For sure, it's viable. Yeah, like the guy who was the COO at Shopify, who like a $200 billion, I think we would all agree, legit company.
Yeah.
Right. So basically he had to do nothing for the next year or two, and probably Toby Luckey, who's the founder CEO, is going to bump up to chairman, and somebody is going to get elevated to CEO of that company and make a lot more money. He willingly left, even though he had this stellar reputation, to become the CEO of Opendoor, a $3 billion
How much stock did they have to give him?
They gave him an Elon type.
But that's good though. If you're a shareholder, you want them to do
82 million shares fully unlocked to him, which wasn't a coincidence, because 82 was my price target for it.
Okay, you're in communication with the board of directors now. They're taking you seriously. They've been for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you can see, he's thinking about a couple of things. First, that the CEO from a very successful company came to Opendoor to become CEO, right? He was the COO in Shopify. He was one of the main characters for the huge success, and now he is actually he came to Opendoor and want to steer things around and make the company profitable. And then what could happen with Opendoor? It could go back to 82, to hundreds and so on. So it's quite interesting what can happen with Opendoor over the next couple of months and weeks. And I believe that Eric Jackson says also, it's not about buying and selling the home. It's about what happens in between. There's so much value creation in between of what Opendoor is doing, and that's why it's absolutely insane what can happen. I hope you already, as Opendoor shareholder, let me know what you do with your Opendoor. Are you holding and buying more in this dump from $10 to $5? Let me know, and I see you obviously on the other side. Check out xnDayTrading.com if you want us to trade for you all automatically. I obviously see you tomorrow for a brand new video, because the grass is greener always on the other side.